Hi, thanks for joining us live today. We are discussing the question of what is functional medicine and can it help me? Um, One of the things when I was looking at some of the commonly searched search terms around functional medicine, the first one that kept coming up is what the heck is this thing? What is functional medicine? And actually, we've been out at a couple of events in our community lately, and that was a question we kept getting is what do you mean by functional medicine? So we thought we would take a few minutes, break it down. If anybody has any questions, we'll take them as they come in.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to kind of let you know what this is and is this something that you should think about for yourself. So I describe functional medicine to people as root cause medicine and healthcare.
Mhm.
This is the kind of healthcare that asks people the questions, why is this happening? What is driving X, Y, and Z symptom so that we can back up and stop just treating symptoms and start healing people of what the root cause is. So a good example of this is people will call and ask, hey, can you help me lower my cholesterol?
Yeah.
And of course we can, yes. But I think a better question is, why's your cholesterol high in the first place? Or they'll say, hey, I've been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, is that something you can help with? And again, the question is, what slowed down your thyroid in the first place? So that's what I feel like functional medicine is a really a question asking machine, if you
Yeah.
will. So this is Tara. A lot of you know her. She jumps on these lives with me, and I'm so happy to have her as part of the practice. She's a certified health coach, and we team up so that when we go through your labs and we help you figure out what's going on, then Tara can take it and run with it and say, okay, these are the issues we had. How do we get you from a big laundry list of symptoms and lab markers out of range to a situation where you feel good, you have your health back, you feel empowered, you feel like you have energy and you can do the things you want and show up as the mom and the wife and the business owner and the volunteer and whatever else you do, you can show up that way in a good way. So she's kind of the implementation arm of this kind of stuff. And I wanted to have her share a few thoughts on what how would you describe when someone asks you what is functional medicine, how do you describe it to somebody?
So thank you. And the part that I love really is what Dr. Jane just said is being able to find where you are, asking the question on where you are in your life, and taking the plan that Dr. Jenny's made and just running with it and allowing you to implement it into your life, like really being the bridge. But to answer your question about what is functional medicine, I just always share my perspective that I came from 20 years of working in conventional medicine, and I was really just standing there and I seeing patients going on a merry-go-round and never graduating from really learning or curing their ailments that they're and diabetes is really one of the ones that broke my heart the most because these patients just keep coming back and they're patients I see it often and then all of a sudden they're losing limbs and they're just losing quality of life. And so for me, the difference between conventional medicine and functional medicine is we've like put the brakes on where you are and go, okay, you're not improving in your health, and why is that? And so sometimes it's
Absolutely.
medication, isn't always the end all of the care.
Sure.
So taking those lifestyles and learning how to improve and be at your optimal health versus just where are you in the scheme average American. Is that where you want to be, or do you want to be at your optimal health? So that's to me is the difference.
Yeah, I really appreciate what she just said too about functional medicine is more proactive. We are trying to get ahead of problems before they become big life shattering diagnoses like diabetes and cancer and you know those kind of big scary words. And we're trying to be prevent those things versus react to them. The medical system is really good at just waiting till they say, oh, you're fine. And you're like 1 point away from being diabetic. In my opinion, that's not fine. And I think there's a lot of people that would agree with me. Tara and I have this in common. We both spent um, a decade or more in the conventional healthcare system. I worked in a surgical setting, and one of the things that I kept seeing is how unhealthy. Like you would look at the staff at hospitals, and they would have these doctors' lounges, and they're full of like soda and sugary snacks, and it's just nothing about health and wellness. It's all about wait until someone gets diabetes, wait until they need a surgery, wait until there's a major problem. And then there's this huge intervention that has a lot of side effects in many cases. Like, removing an organ, there is always a side effect to that. And in some cases, it's necessary and
Sure.
it does solve some problems in some cases. But how many people do we see like that have had their gallbladder out, or they've had a hysterectomy, or they've had something removed and they thought it would fix the problem, and yet they still have a list of, now they have a bunch of new things because they don't have a gallbladder and no one explained to them how that works. And by the way, we did a really good video on the gallbladder with showing you how it works and what it does. So if you missed that one, I think that's a side note. But just on the gallbladder. So there's that. And then the thyroid. The thyroid is my baby because I see so many people that are struggling with that. And I feel like that is a perfect example of how people just get swept under the rug, that the evaluation on the thyroid isn't done properly. And so functional medicine really shines in the thyroid situation, because we're actually trying to help you figure out why. First of all, do you actually have a thyroid problem? I catch a lot of thyroid problems that have been missed by mainstream medical because I'm looking at 8 markers instead of 1 or 2. So just that right there, I'm looking at it totally differently. And then I'm using a different set of ranges. The traditional medical model of lab work uses ranges that are in most cases so broad that almost everybody falls in those ranges, but that doesn't mean they're healthy. So that's another difference with functional medicine. It looks at labs completely different. You can take the same set of labs and look at them traditionally, and then I could look at a set of labs that another doctor, a traditional doctor, has just been like, oh, everything looks fine. And we could pick apart 10 things that would make you feel better just based on the same set of labs that someone has taken and said, oh, we didn't see anything there, everything's fine. And maybe they didn't even call you to tell you that. Maybe you had to call the office and they
get the
say,
results.
right.
Oh,
I hear
man.
that all the
Yeah.
time. So when we do a set of labs, we are spending a lot of time breaking it down and educating you on, oh, what's that mean? Oh, did you know you can look at that and that tells a big story about this? And and then our solutions are ones that the side effects of our treatment is losing weight and more energy and feeling better instead of having a side effect of joint pain and headaches and digestive issues, which is, if you read any medication, that the side effects, those things are super common, like joint pains, headaches, fatigue. So anyway, that was a little bit about functional medicine. We hope that answers the question for you. And if you have a condition, the part about is this something that would help me? I think a question to ask yourself is, do you feel like the healthcare you're getting inside of the system, the using your insurance and going down that road and visiting a primary care doctor, and if you're getting a good answer there, then great. I'm glad that that's working for you. But so many people are like, I just feel like something's missing. I feel like I got a 6-minute appointment, because that's about 7 minutes is about the length of time that they get to meet with you in insurance.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't even ask somebody what they ate for breakfast and do a good analysis on that in 7 minutes. But anyway, just if you feel like something's missing and you need more than what you've been getting, that's where functional medicine, I think, can be your solution. So We have in the description, I have my link bio link, all my social media, podcasts, blogs, and there's also a link in there to schedule something called a discovery call. And I just do a free call and answer questions. So if you're sort of wondering about this and you want a little more information, connect with us on that, and I'll talk you through what that looks like. So thanks for watching, and just remember we go live on Tuesdays at noon Central Time, and we'd love to see you back. Thank you.